Hey guys, it is DM Mark again. I apologize in advance. I was not able to post the video, the last game session, due to some family issues that came up, and we just ran out of time. But I still have the tabletop, for the most part, set up for my last game session, which I have got to take down to get ready for the next game. And I figured I would go ahead and share the layout of, or I should say the bottom floor of the asylum for you guys to see. The top floor of the asylum actually got covered up. It's pretty basic since most of it was below ground. But basically what happened in the last quest, the party had tracked down that people from the asylum people were being abducted. They were being told they had mental issues. They were being sent to the asylum, and then these people were basically disappearing. And then later, there were some of these people were being found around the city that had been lobotomized. Basically, their heads had been cut open and pieces of brain removed and things, and they were kind of like living zombies. So, all the party knows is somehow a local noble is involved. Somehow people are getting treated with partially like a medical treatment, partially magical treatments. Maybe even tortured, and the party was able to find out that these people then somehow disappear from the asylum, and one of them was found in the sewers, one of them was found lurking around the city, but something shady is going on. So this quest started. The party made their way to the upper floors of the asylum. Everything seemed pretty normal. They did notice one of the guards looked awfully familiar. They waited till nightfall. They were able to break into the asylum, came down to the bottom here. There's actually a secret door over there, which they found some type of odd summoning circle. But they broke in, they found a treatment area which looked more like a torture chamber than someplace where mental patients would be treated. People were in various states of decay, where it looks like some people were not being treated very, very well at all. Some of them may even been kind of experimented on, and some people had been tortured and then starved to death. Over in this area, they found this weird chamber with this green slime, which they had seen previously in a previous adventure. There was barrels of this stuff that the people weren't sure where it was coming from, but it was being leaked down into the sewers. And that's the battery means it's about ready to die. Alrighty. But anyway, they were able to find this other torture area over here, where there's blood spatters all over the floor. They did notice there was a bunch of different tools for like operations and surgery, where people get tied up in this chair and get operated on. There was another large door here that was locked, and then several of the rooms, such as the restroom, they found some different types of clues. Over in this room, there was two small children that were locked in this room that seemed rather coherent, and they were telling about different things they had seen in the prison, but they could not open up the door. The prisoner areas, they were able to talk to some of the prisoners, get an idea of some horrible things that were happening to people. They'd be taken out of the room and tortured and experimented on. When they came over this way, they found some really, really weird patients where it looked like they'd been mutated. Some people had been lobotomized, and then the one person had like a claw that it was basically grafted onto their flesh, or someone was doing like flesh warping. Later, what happened is they actually found basically an evil spellcaster had left this particular room. It looks like this person had been experimenting. The spellcaster was much higher level than the party, so they were able to kind of push the party back for a while, and they released these other creatures that were like servitors, which the party wasn't sure if they were undead or what exactly they were. And if I get the camera to focus. I don't really want to focus today. But anyway, huge epic battle down this way. Let me put the autofocus back on. The party was barely able to defeat the one spellcaster, and then the other used some type of like anti-magic aura, and they was able to basically leave on foot. The party wasn't really able to stop them because of some of the other creatures and slaves that kind of gotten loose, the prisoners, who were running around like crazy people, obviously. They did encounter some other things. They found some clues as to who is actually behind the abductions and why they were being abducted. They were able to find that there's a cult to the old gods like Cthulhu and some other gods of madness that are trying to basically make servitor creatures and they're experimenting on these prisoners as a way to talk to their deity. Down this way, there was actually an opening down into the sewer, which it looks like some of this mutated slime stuff is being dumped. And they believe that's also being smuggled out of the facility, being used to treat people to turn them into like living ghouls almost. At one time, one of the party members had kind of went backwards, and there was a swarm of insects that attacked a party member. They did eventually, like I said, find this summoning circle, and they were able to tell where it looks like there were some rituals to the old gods that were going on in this particular chamber. It took them a little while to find it because it was so well hidden, and then one of the prisoners were able to describe a room they were drugged into when they were, I believe it was hooded and then drugged. So yeah, so they're able to uncover a lot of misdeeds by this asylum that's in the town itself. The town guards weren't able to verify much information since most of the guards and the one doctor was killed in combat. So now they're trying to figure out what to do with the asylum inmates and figure out how to proceed from here. So bear with me, I'm going to go ahead and clean up this table. I got to get everything straightened up. Oh, wrong way. And there we go. And I've got to get everything for the next game later tomorrow. If I get the camera to focus there. There we go. So stay with me, guys. I am going to go ahead and get the next game set up and ready to go. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.